Hey, what is up, everybody? I've put together a new deck for you guys to take a look at. It might be kind of obnoxious. Some of you might hate that I have built this deck, but we're going to give it a shot. Basically, the deck is an Infested Abomination deck, so for those of you who don't know, Infested Abomination is a card that is loved and hated by many. I'm leaning towards the hated side, but anyways, the card is a 2-cost 5/5, and every turn it is in your graveyard, it does 2 damage to the enemy fortress, which gives you a level of inevitability where if you do enough damage to your opponent or just wait enough time, you're eventually going to get there because it's going to do damage from the graveyard. But this deck revolves around that card, but plays a lot of disruption and obnoxious creatures. Specifically, the Defiant Trickster is our turn 1 play to start messing with our opponent, and hopefully it'll make for some interesting games. So we're just going to jump right into it. And as always, I will put the deck list in the description for those of you who want to try it. And a reminder is that you can, in fact, take advantage of that and copy and paste the deck. You don't need to own the cards in this game to try a deck, so you can basically just go for it right away. And we're going to get a couple free hits off with Defiant Trickster this game, which is pretty cool. I'm going to play Asu-Ra here, targeting my guy. So discard the leftmost card, so we'll get the last sleeper into our graveyard, so we'll get that clock moving. And then Asu-Ra will get a boost when the Defiant Trickster dies, which presumably he will kill the Defiant Trickster at some point. He really will have to, or it's going to just be a bad time for him. Right. And could do Soldier of Purity or Evolving Parasite. I'm going to go with Soldier of Purity because it pushes for higher damage, and we don't have him putting anything else in play right now. Okay. So we're playing No More Heroes. It will kill Asu-Ra, but it sure does kill a lot of his stuff too. Maybe we'll just do the Displacement this turn. We'll hold off on it. So he's played Soul now. No More Heroes is not going to kill Soul in one hit, which is unfortunate. We have Evolving Parasite, Infested Abomination this turn. And then next turn we can do No More Heroes, Risen of Avarrach. And I'm going to move the Asu-Ra up, just because if it dies, that's one less card that we kill of our own with No More Heroes. Oh, and as usual, my opponent is playing the 100-card special. Of course, they might still win because they've got an absolutely enormous soul. I think we still do play No More Heroes here. So we can do... Actually, we're gonna throw this out instead. So that attacks a turn sooner, because it can attack this turn. And we're going to do No More Heroes, which will mean Asu-Ra will die, which is okay for us. Okay, they got the deflect, but that shouldn't affect No More Heroes. Pretty brutal. He also loses access to what is it? Oh, we've removed it from the game. Azael, card that will basically make it so he gets to live. Gains a lot of health. We're gonna block here. Yeah, this looks fine. Maybe we do this. in case he chooses to defend with Soul. And I think we want to deploy another Evolving Parasite and Soldier of Purity just in case we need blockers. So we don't actually threaten lethal this turn. So he did block with Soul, and we don't get the Soul, but hey, at least we don't take damage from Soul this turn. And instead we get to turn on our Infested Abominations, which is not bad. His Soul is also like low on health. So I think we have him. I think we can play Blightmaker here just to get the bonus 4 damage online with Escalating Stain. Now this card will heal him, but I think he's dead this turn. Yeah. Right. Easy enough. I think that showcases the deck pretty much. It's pretty straightforward. It's kind of like an aggro deck, but it can transition really well into just waiting for it to burn out. We're playing against, I believe, the same guy. I think we just played against him, so we might not get a huge diversity of games, but we're getting some games. And we have a very similar start where we get to play Defiant Trickster, Asu-Ra, discard Last Sleeper. We do a berry this time, which is kind of nice. So we want to target this. Okay. Can do Defiant Trickster and Infested Abomination potentially this turn. Seems pretty decent to me. He's got Banish for Asu-Ra, which is, I think, a poor choice. I think saving it for an Infested Abomination is better because it does remove Infested Abomination from the game. All right, we're gonna do an Evolving Parasite, and we are going to bury one of our Infested Abominations to get that damage moving. Okay. We're gonna order like this so that these trade, and if he does play Soul in the defense zone, we have Evolving Parasite to do its thing. We're gonna play another Infested Abomination, and suppose we'll play another Evolving Parasite just to be efficient with our resources. Heaven's Assistance, that's not good for us. Presents a lot of blockers. They also perform really well against Evolving Parasite because we do not care for these things. We have a pretty solid No More Heroes play here because it doesn't hurt any of our guys. So I'm going to go for that. And this is kind of scary, to be honest. We have Displacement for Soul, so I think we'll end up being okay, but the question is, does he defend with all of these? Does he have Guns of Goliath to give them all +2/+2? I think we'll just see what happens like this. Okay. Right. I think we're in decent shape. We also play Blightmaker here. We'll remove his Solace's Gate and give us our privacy back. He doesn't have Soul on the board, which is good. We're gonna lose an Evolving Parasite to one of these, but I think it's okay. Another Heaven's Assistance is kind of annoying. it's unfortunate to trade Evolving Parasite to get one of these, but you gotta do what you gotta do. We have our big last sleeper now. We have our big Blightmaker, so we've got a bunch of haymakers. I don't think there's much you can do. I could displace Soul, but I don't think I need to. I think I'm gonna draw a card. Denial of Reason, not bad. Pretty good draw. Maybe we'll get something cool. While we're here, because I just used the trading post, I should mention they made a change. The 3-cost shuffle a card away from your hand now puts the card on the bottom, which means you won't draw the same card you shuffled away, which is the best change the game has ever had. I haven't even used that feature yet, but that is such a huge change. There was a problem where I don't know why it would happen, but you'd shuffle away a card and it pretty much would come back like every time with like 100% consistency. All right, Master Spades. This is 3 of 3. Let's see if you can pull it out this time. This is actually a much weaker hand for us. I might shuffle it away because we don't need 2 Blightmakers anyways. This is a whole lot better. So we get Defiant Trickster. Asu-Ra doesn't look as good because we don't have something to discard, but that is okay because we do have other cards we can play. We can do the Infested Abomination, and then next turn, Infested Abomination, Defiant Trickster. Okay. Mysterious Box. I think this card got nerfed maybe a little too hard. I think the card was admittedly too good before in the sense that there was no reason to not include it. I think I would have preferred if they had increased the purity on the card or something. Instead of increasing the cost. Make it a little harder to access for sackless abusers. Infested Abomination, Defiant Trickster. No, wait. Better. There we go. So now we discard the Infested Abomination and get value off of Asu-Ra. So I think this could be a case study for why having low-cost commanders is so good, or at least having one low-cost commander. Because not having something to do is the worst in this game. It's so important to be spending your resources that he has had access on turn 1 to 1 resource. He spent his 2 resources to play Mysterious Box, and then he had 3 resources. So he's currently wasted 4 resources. It's just not a good look. Like, it's not great that this turn is going to be his first turn where he actually gets to do something. We've got our 1 of Tyra, which is great. Tyra synergizes pretty well with the Defiant Tricksters because it makes it harder for your opponent to empty their hand. This also got buffed, apparently. I don't know when it got buffed, but this totally used to do 5 damage, and I was playing the card knowing full well that it dealt 5 damage. I thought it was good, so I mean, it's just better now. You could defend with Soul, but I'm kind of okay trading my entire board into it. I think this might have been the Defiant Trickster that I was supposed to have at the front. I would be playing more Tyras, actually, if it weren't for the fact that we're running 3 copies of No More Heroes, because I think No More Heroes is just too good to pass up. Alright, so I think we'll do Infested Abomination, Denial of Reason, bury our last Infested Abomination. Seems fine to me. Okay, Angelic Wish. Is he gonna be... Have I screwed up somehow? Have I given him Azael? Probably did. He's at 1 health, but Tyra gets him. Okay. We do take those. Not bad. All right, folks. So we got 3 games in, and one of the purposes of making these offline videos was to have shorter, more digestible content. So I'm gonna cut it off here, and you guys can let me know what you think. If you like this style of content more or less than the streams, because I can't do both at the same time. Yeah, just let me know if you enjoyed this. Okay, until next time, peace out.